So we're gonna have Steve Cellucci and Jonathan Murray. All right, hey Star Wars players, I don't think you can hear me. Maybe you can. Hello, hello,
You're
hello.
stepping on my cord
Okay,
again.
sorry.
There we go.
Hey, out there, Star Wars players.
Hi, everybody.
This is Jerry and Jan doing the commentary. We are about to start Game 6. We will have Steve Cellucci and Jonathan Murray.
But we're not in any hurry.
I believe Frodo will be our dark side player, and Cellucci will be light side. And I believe this matchup is Dark Side Senate against something. Hello, is there anybody listening? Hello, hello. Good answer, Nick. Hey!
Hey, there's one of our players, Mr. Cellucci, just sitting down at the table right now.
See who's
I think
where.
he's on the top, because the top's closer to us, right? And he just poked his head in the door.
Yeah.
So
You just want to confirm that for me?
yeah. They got this guy walking.
How do you spell? Is Steve with is he a PH Steve or is he a V? Steven.
Oh, hang on, I'm not sure.
Yeah, give me. Steven. CELUCCI? Something like that? Do you know what he's playing?
It might be 2 L's. Let me just look at the flames.
And he is sitting in that chair,
2
right?
L's, 3 C's in his last name.
2 L's?
2 L's, 3 C's. Yes.
And what is he playing for? Just throw it. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out real quick.
These guys are both 4 and 1. This is game 6. Oh, it's a little out of focus. It's starting to come back.
So yeah, it seems to autofocus alright once it realizes what's going on.
Yeah, throne room. What a surprise! I know. Sorry, guys. This is the throne room worlds.
I thought we were going to see a bunch of old allies. I thought old allies was going to be the deck. We're going to be like, oh, geez, another old allies deck. But
Yeah.
apparently it's throne room.
It's throne room. When you guys see the deck breakdown, it's throne room, man. Like
Oh, have you seen it? Do they have that
I
typed up
haven't
somewhere?
seen the actual breakdown yet, but just from what I've seen out there.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the numbers or anything.
I mean, I've seen a couple of allies decks. I've seen some other stuff, but throne room seems to be the dominant light side.
So let's see. What's Jonathan starting here? The Senate and Maul's landing site, I would assume.
Yeah, difficult to see those exact sites. They'll get moved around, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure it out right quick.
$12-card start with the landing site.
Nice. 12 card Senate. Good fun. So yeah, both of these players are 4 and 1. Yeah, those effects are like right on the edge of the camera now. It's perfect. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even realize he had effects. I
Yeah,
thought
so
he
it
was
looks like
also
it's
doing
it's
12
the
card
standard.
start.
It's the standard Lockling, like my father before me
Yep,
instruction.
we've seen this before.
We've seen this movie once or twice. But I'm glad we got to
Although
see it.
we did see the one. We also saw the one throne room that was pulling the farm instead of
True,
the docking
true,
bays.
true. That was Joe Olson's.
Although that did not go very well for him.
Yeah, he had a bad time in that
All
one.
right, so light side going first.
Dark side.
Jonathan popping out a couple of shields.
Usual suspects.
Throne
Secret plans.
rooms digging for their docking bays, trying to figure out what's in their force pile, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what we got. Got battle planes in there.
Yeah.
There's a home one docking bay.
Nothing too crazy looking in the deck that
So
I
you
can
usually,
see.
Usually tell what they have in their starting hand if they start pulling out their JCCs or their boss nest. So he's got a JCC puller there,
Speak.
and so that gets
Right next to the Senate.
right next to the Senate. Yep. And we'll see if Boss Nash Chambers comes out as well, if he got that in his opening draw.
That's what you call a good draw.
All
Yep,
right.
and Steve's still just rifling through the reserve deck.
Yep.
I think at this point he's not checking to see what's in there, but more trying to figure out what's in the force pile, as we've mentioned a few times before.
Yep. See what
Trying
kind
to
of
figure out
pullers.
whether those cards are worth drawing and how many
Actually,
of them.
I don't see a Boss Nash Chambers in this reserve deck when he goes through it. It's obviously hard to tell. But
Yeah,
and
from
I
this
see
angle, he's
I
going so
s-
fast I can't
see
tell.
the battle planes for sure.
Oh, I think
there.
I just saw
Oh,
it.
you
It's
did?
like the third.
Okay,
It's like the
okay.
third card in. I think I
Okay.
just saw it.
So I was wondering if maybe that was one of the cards that was activated.
But yeah, right now he's just going through. He's counting. 4 Lukes, 3 Wisas,
Two
3
lightsabers.
Speaks. Yeah, that's what he's going through in his head right now.
Yep.
So we will wait patiently for him to finish that, and hopefully have some action to commentate on soon.
So yeah, I think we have only 2 undefeated players, and they are playing right now. We have Hayes Hunter and Matt Wadden, who are both undefeated, and they are playing right now in this matchup because they played opposite sides last game. So that's going on right now.
Yep, that sounds right. Hayes
So
is dark.
after this game, not the game we're watching right now, but after this round, there will be only 1 undefeated player left.
Correctamundo. Oh, he did have Wisa, but he opts to pull the battle planes with it. Interesting.
What was that?
He played Wisa to pull the battle planes, not the Boss Nass Chambers.
Okay.
And then a Rescue in the Clouds. Pick up some other card of his choice.
Okay.
With limited options.
So we went for the battle planes. Maybe he's thinking in this particular matchup with Darkside Senate, he's going to have to go to ground early, and Senate's not going to give him a place to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
Squabbling
could very well be
delegates.
right, yeah. Squabble for Lot Dodd. It's an old story, but a good one.
and he's got the accelerate for the bridge also. So
It's a pretty decent hand, but helps when you draw on 12 cards.
yeah, 12 cards do make a good hand. All right, so I imagine we'll see Lot Dodd get played. That's why he hasn't really gone into hand.
Yeah, usually you want to get that force pile search online as early as possible. Just kind of like Tom did in the last game with his QMC, that turn 1 flip.
Yep.
Start finding your pieces earlier. We can see a little bit of Jonathan's deck as he rifles through it, but he's holding his cards up at a pretty sharp angle.
Pretty sure I saw a double back in there.
Yeah, I mean, the virtual double back is a pretty solid card.
Yeah.
It pulls some good stuff. I think it pulls Dengar and Chip, I think.
Okay.
And Forlom with concussion rifle, which I don't know if he's using. This looked like a pretty standard kind of space-heavy Senate deck, where your goal is usually to stack a bunch of really good senators at the Senate and then fight in space and making
Right.
forfeit a bunch with the attrition bonus from Toon Buck, and all those usual Senate tricks. Too many to
Too many to
list.
list. There's
Yeah,
a lot of them.
but especially Toon Buck though.
So it looks like La Dot didn't get deployed this turn.
Nope, no lot dod.
Yep. So now
Could be
we'll
because
see.
he didn't have another senator to back him up, or
Yeah. 'Cause you never
sometimes
know.
Throne Room gets saucy and likes throwing some guys in the Senate at you. Like Anakin, for instance, is a really good character for Throne Room to come fight in the Senate with because he is a Republic character and thus his game text is not canceled. So he's got immunity. Doesn't have power, but he's got immunity and still adds one to your Battle Destiny draws.
It's true.
So you can't get too
That's a fly casual.
can't
that
get too
was
comfortable in the Senate.
Played by Cellucci, a lost fly casual to pull Tantive in
Yep,
hand.
yep. I was talking with Hayes earlier. He told me he doesn't have any space in that Throne Room deck we saw. But he was thinking about playing 2 fly casuals and just like pitching one to a drain early, just to scare the opponent into
just
thinking
as a
he's got the
fake out.
Tannis.
So,
But I think he ultimately decided that cards that do things are better than cards that don't
I mean,
do
it is a card
things.
that does nothing.
Yeah.
That's a Destiny 6, so that's pretty cool. That sounds like a
We had a good laugh at it though,
old-fashioned
yeah.
idea.
Power hour. All right, so we're in Steven's turn 2. I think he's got his reserve deck in his hand, rifling through it again. Pulling out a docking bay and, again, just trying to figure out what he might draw this turn if he doesn't spend that force.
See, it wouldn't be activating a ton. You got the JCC out.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he went for the battle planes over Boss Nass. Because, I mean, I know you want to get to his site early, I guess, is his strategy, but, I mean, having those extra 2 force
Yeah.
are going to help you find the battle planes a lot
Yeah,
quicker.
I know Senate doesn't really give up too many battleground sites.
Yeah, none at all. I don't
So-
think they generally just, at least this version looked pretty traditional.
Yeah.
Standard space, dark space Senate.
So,
And, yeah, I think they tend not to run sites. At least battleground ones.
so the battle planes is going to be probably a pretty crucial location. So that's the docking bay that we were talking about. There it comes out.
Yep.
So now
Doesn't-
he's got home 1 docking bay,
Doesn't have to give up
off
verification.
docking bay, and the JCC out. Still needs Boss Nash Chambers in the battle planes. And Darkside probably runs like maybe a Naboo system.
Yeah, definitely Naboo, probably Kashyyyk. Maybe even a third one, but definitely Naboo and Kashyyyk, I would expect. The Naboo system is particularly good because I think one of the senators actually causes direct damage
Yeah.
for each Naboo location you control, so you can get a ping for, I think it's Baskel.
Pascal, you see him, yeah.
That's a good question, TB. I think it's just kind of our follow the leader mentality or something. Just, oh, well, Desai does well with it. Must mean I can do well with it. And it is a flexible deck that gives you a lot of options in game. Like, there's not a fixed game plan that you have to stick to, is one of the appealing things, one of the appealing aspects of the deck. Whereas playing something more like a QMC or WAP, you got a very fixed game plan that you generally try and stick to, and only after you've accomplished some of that do you start trying to interfere with the opponent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does seem like it's more popular over here than it is. On
It
the other
definitely
side.
is, yeah.
But you know, it's no offense taken. It just seems to be the deck that a lot of people out here like, or seems to be what people like to use. I wish we had a few different light side decks today, but
Yeah, honestly, I think I would have a lot more fun playing in the European meta. Those guys make some great decks over there, and
Sure.
I love the off-the-wall kind of
yeah,
under the
I think you
radar,
and I are both
off-meta
in
decks.
That, in that regard, for
They're
sure.
some of my favorites. It's part of the reason I'm commentating today is I've been playing Agents of the Black Sun for like the past 2 years, and now everybody's playing it, and I don't want to play it anymore because it's so popular.
So you got another squabble.
Yep, I'm sure he probably runs about 4 of those. We'll see if Cellucci
That's
wants
a
to
grab.
grab it this time. Yeah, I don't think he had the
He
option
wasn't
to
able to
before, yeah,
last time,
being the
yeah.
first action of the game. But yeah, it's unsurprising to see him grab it now, that it's an option. And I think most Senate decks nowadays tend to stay away from political effects. Oh, the Coruscant Guard.
There you go.
So that's going to shut down any kind of shenanigans that Cellucci might be thinking of at
In
the
the
Senate.
Senate.
Like that Anakin I was talking about earlier with his Battle Destiny draw and his immune to less than 4 is now going to be power 0, forfeit 0. And that makes it a very risky proposition trying to go into the Senate when all your guys have no forfeit.
So he squabbled for the guard, and then I imagine this turn we'll see him get his senators pulled out and deployed and get the objective flipped. Start pulling cards. So that's
Yeah,
the guard.
especially that's the Coruscant Guard. Especially with the Guard, it's just such a huge disincentive to go to the Senate.
And there's not
There's a couple characters that could do it. Like I think Han Solo. I think is he a leader?
Solo?
No, he's not a leader. Never mind.
I don't think
I was
so.
gonna say because Rebel and Imperial leaders have ability less than
Solo
4
isn't
get
a rebel.
2 politics, and characters with politics do not have their forfeit reduced by the Coruscant Guard.
Okay.
So he could maybe throw some schmoopy guy like that with Anakin to try and back him up. Or Padme is
So we got Coruscant
another
guard,
good character to
Lot
go to the Senate with.
Orn Frita.
Yeah, it's Toonbuck, Lot Dodd, and Orn, I think,
Yeah.
in addition to that Coruscant Guard. So Lot Dodd, he's the one that does the force pile search every turn. We all know what he does. Oh, that's Yeb Yeb, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be Yeb Yeb.
Anyways, Toonbuck is the attrition bonus
Jeremy,
for
if
each
you're out there,
ambition
can you
agenda.
tell us the senators who are there?
Oh no, that's Orn Frita. Never mind.
I'm pretty sure it's Orn
Yeah, it's Orn
Frita,
Frita.
Toonbuck,
And
Torah,
Orn
and Lot.
Frita, he has the Mon Mothma game text where you take your just drawn destiny into hand. In addition to something weird about putting him in the use pile. Yeah,
Thanks, Jeremy.
and Toonbuck, of course, adds 1 to attrition for every ambition agenda, which I believe Lot Dodd and Orn Frita both have ambition agendas. So he's adding 3 to each of his attrition.
Alright, now let's see what Steve does on this light side turn. We know he has the battle plans in hand, and now it comes out on just deployed. So I imagine he's going to start putting his characters down at that site. Here comes Luke.
My mistake. Orn Frita does not have an ambition agenda, so it's just the 2 ambition agendas there at the moment.
So he's looking for the lightsaber, and I don't think he found it. Altars in his reserve deck. Lisa, Hujix. Hear Me Baby Hold Together. Solo. 5th Shuffle combo. Barrier. Perimeter Scan. Anakin. Luke's. Relatively Unprotected. Boss Nash Chambers. He's got like 4 Whis in there, and the Boss Nash Chambers are still in there. No saber in the reserve deck. I'm guessing he has it in hand.
As we can see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has it in hand already, because he hasn't deployed anything like at all yet. So we'll see. Or maybe he just.
If he does have it in hand, then it means he runs 2 copies, because why would he search if it was in his hand?
True.
And there would be another copy in his force pile.
Yeah, I thought in that first time we looked through his reserve deck, I thought I saw 2 lightsabers, but maybe he's just going to be saberless. Maybe he can put a ray down and fish it out of the use pile or something.
That would definitely be an option. Good way to get it.
Pretty sure he activated is what Jeremy said. There's Chewie. So yeah, not
Who
gonna
needs
be
a
Ray.
lightsaber when you have a bowcaster?
Lightsabers add to force drains. Bowcasters don't. So that's all Cellucci's
Touche,
doing. He's drawing a couple
touche.
cards. He's going to play Rescue in the Clouds. So Jonathan Murray definitely has a Maul EPP in hand he can use to attack that site. See what else he can contest it with.
Yeah, that EPP Maul, that could be pretty good.
I mean, it's still up against Luke and Chewie, so he's way disadvantaged in power, but he could theoretically
Yeah, he is
clear the site.
disadvantaged in power, but yeah, like I said, hit Luke, and then all you got to do is just draw a
to
Destiny,
attrition.
and Chewie's gone too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be hard to clear him.
So he plays the Wisa to get the Boss Nash Chambers now. So definitely interesting that he did it the other way around, where he pulled the battle planes first and then the Boss Nash Chambers.
Yeah. And see, it looked like it would have worked out just fine, because he could have done that this turn and played
Yeah.
I think he should have pulled Boss Nash Chambers first. Like, unless you're going to go to it that turn that you pulled it. Like, I
Right.
think it's better just to get the activation on table. But there's a reason I'm over here talking about the game instead of playing it. So, won't judge too harshly.
Because we're the smart ones. We must accelerate our plans. Yep.
All right, so Cellucci activating his force and weighing his options for the turn.
He's taking a card in from Force Pile with Lot Dodd.
Naturally.
IHYN. I have you now. Alright, so we'll see what Frodo Murray does today or on this turn. He's got something pulled out of his force pile. I didn't quite see what he pulled. Looking for the shield?
Yeah, I was just seeing what that shield did, because he pulled it, even though there's no political effects on table, but the shield is out because it still protects your hand from the,
Yeah, still protect your
from
hand
pulling
from
the
game
cards
text
out,
of the
yeah.
objective.
So it's still good to play, even if they're not running political effects, just to
Yeah.
protect your hand.
So yeah, you definitely don't want your hand to be destroyed by the Senate objective, because they can just
Yeah,
pay
that's
two
one of the
forwards
most annoying parts about it. So, anyways, Darth Maul's fighting at the battle planes.
just like we kind of expected last turn. We'll see if he can get this site cleared, which is basically what Maul is paid to do.
Yeah,
So
and
you
it's
hit Luke
just
and draw
it's just going to
Destiny.
come down to hitting Luke or even hitting Chewie, and then all he has to do is draw, I think, a 4, because the attrition bonus will be enough to clear Luke. But
Senators are Destiny +3 in this
plus
deck, right?
2,
Or +2.
plus 3 if they have ambition, which Toonbuck
Toonbuck
does. So that is enough to hit Luke, but that's only weapon and battle destiny, though.
Looks like Maul got hit as well.
Yeah, we'll see if.
He's gonna swing at Chewy as well.
Yeah, why not?
That's a 1, and that is a 3. So that's a hit as well.
I have you now.
Playing that, have you now?
Add
So
a
that was
couple
with the card.
destinies,
And
yeah.
that was the card he pulled with.
And that'll make up for the power difference that exists with 2 Chewy there, assuming it goes uncancelled.
I think he's playing. Cellucci is playing a escape pod to go get a Dejeric, but we're gonna see a sense here, and it is successful barely. So I think
Yeah, I wonder if
Cellucci was going for a Hujix.
he might be going for a Hujix. Yeah, if
But I mean-
Jonathan flips some big numbers on these
Yeah.
destiny draws, it actually could become quite
It could
painful,
be
depending how the
crazy.
draws go. I mean, if Cellucci draws low and Jonathan
He's
flips a
gonna be
couple
drawing
5s,
3 Destiny.
and Jonathan loses 2 cards for the sense.
He draws a
3,
3, a
0.
0, and a 4. So he only draws a total of 7.
That's not too
I
bad,
don't think that's gonna be,
especially when Steven flips a 6.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be overflow.
So yeah, Maul might be taking some damage. I mean, nobody's got forfeit here, so whoever wins the battle,
Yeah, the overflow.
yeah, there's going to be overflow, but it's a pretty close battle, so it won't be that much. So it's going to be
think it's-
13 for dark side to 18 for light side, I think.
I think it's going to be 14 for Dark Side. Siege was 7 total Destiny.
Right, my mistake. 14 to 18.
Forgot to use Orn Free Tie. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, he could, or did he? Where'd that 3rd destiny draw go? Did he pull the Sonic Bomb up into hand?
I thought he had 3 Destinies.
Yeah, that was the 4th one with the Sonic Bomb, right?
Wait, it'd be 2 from I Have You Now.
Yeah, he should have drawn 3. He did draw 3 destinies. I just didn't see the
What does
3rd
Orn
one.
Free Tie do?
He's got the Mon Mothma text where he takes a just drawn battle destiny
right.
into hand.
So yeah, maybe he took the Sonic Bombardment into hand.
Seems kind of silly. Why not just take the prison? But whatever. But again, I didn't actually see it go into his hand, so I'm not certain. And it may not have been. Oh, it was
No, it's
Sonic
there.
Bomb.
It's
Okay,
right there.
so he's just gonna shuffle his reserve deck, I guess, for whatever reason.
No, he's done with his turn. So.
Yeah, I was just saying he could have taken the prison into hand
Right.
and not shuffled his reserve deck instead of taking the polar into hand, then
Yeah.
shuffling his reserve deck. I guess because he drew the prison polar last, he didn't have
He forgot
the window.
lucky and remembered.
Yeah, exactly. He had to take the last card because he forgot on the first 2.
Yeah. But at least it was basically the same. Like you said, all you had to do was shuffle your deck. So lose track of some of your draws, but at least you get the card you want. So then that was.
Oh, and he played a Gick, so he didn't.
So he did take. I think it was 4 overflow.
Yeah, I think it was only 4, but he opted to use the Gick instead of losing those 4 cards, which.
It's fine. If it's like 3 or less, I usually take the overflow.
Yeah,
if it's more
4.
than that, I have a hard time.
4,
with
it's
it.
kind of a questionable. You got a decision to make. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a no-brainer one way or the other.
Looks like we're getting a Jedi Levitation to retrieve Luke into hand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another sense for that?
Nope, and Coward wouldn't have even stopped it because he's not on a battleground to activate Coward,
true.
so there's not much you could really do about that. Even if he had a sense, his highest ability is a 3 with lot odds, so.
True. Yeah, it doesn't have them all on the table anymore. Alright, so. Luke back in hand with lightsaber. So he must have drawn the lightsaber last turn. So now Luke's there. Set back up.
He's back. No Chewie this time.
Still early.
A wizard is never early.
Yeah, it seems pretty close. We got to see what the dark side player has in mind for space. 'Cause we haven't seen any systems come out yet, and we're fairly certain that there's at least a system in the dark side player's deck. Lightsaber came from reserve. Thanks, Jeremy. But yeah, it was active last turn. So.
Yeah, he spent it and pulled it his following turn. So yeah, we'll see. Jonathan's got some options on his turn here. One of them, obviously, just being attack Luke again, lather, rinse, repeat.
I don't know what he has in hand. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
he
hard to
has it
see
at
his
all.
hand. Or as you were saying, maybe hopefully find that Naboo system. I think he's searching his force pile right now.
So it said no boss Nash Namers on table.
It doesn't look like he has any systems in his
Here,
hand.
expand the Emperor.
His hand's actually, it's 7 cards, it looks like. Yeah, that could be the case. Rolling Snakes, you could very well be right. He's just trying to play around, expand the empire.
I did notice that Cellucci has Alter in his deck, though, so I mean, I feel like he would probably just draw
Yeah.
into the Alter if Expand the Empire came out. But,
Unless his altar gets sensed.
yeah.
Yeah, Nick could be right as well about him getting. But the thing was, he pulled it and then waited a few turns to play it, and then played it the same turn he pulled Boss Nass Chambers anyways. It's the only observation I was trying to make there.
He doesn't want to wait for Murray to set up. Yeah. Because, yeah, like I said, the Darkside Senate player isn't going to put any Battleground sites out, more than likely, so he does have to
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
prioritize that. But, yeah, the way it ended up working out, I think
So
it would have been better if he did it.
Jonathan does not do much this turn. He just takes. Looked like he drew about 5 or 6 cards out of his force pile.
He played No Escape to get his Gick back, also.
No, Boss Nass Chamber is not on table. He did not deploy it. So either he thinks he doesn't need the force, or he is trying to play around, expand the
Have
empire.
to be next to the battle planes if it was on the table, so I don't see it out there.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the expand the empire from hand.
So you guys were right, potentially about that. Like I said, I feel like if I'm running Alter for that, specifically for that card.
Yeah, but
probably.
again, he's got senses though too,
Yeah.
so it's never a sure thing. Just making the safe play. He doesn't want his one
So now
battleground train to
now
get
that Expand the
completely
Empire
locked
has
down.
been lost, we'll see the Boss Nash Chambers come out almost assuredly.
If he needs the force.
I think he does. Like, the Darkside player has given him exactly one icon from the Senate.
Yeah.
And so, there it is.
There it is. It's interesting Jonathan chose to lose that card. I think it was from his hand.
It was from his hand.
Well, you know is that Steven's got Boss Nass Chamber in his hand. Like, if Steven loses the Boss Nass Chamber, then yeah, you totally lose your Expand the Empire, but
Yeah.
interesting. See if those extra 2 force end up making a pretty big difference in the game or not.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm talking about the 2 force activated, not the 2 force drain.
Expand the Empire came off the top.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes more sense then. I apologize for not catching that. So after a turn of Jonathan just drawing, looks like Cellucci does the same. And we're back to Jonathan's turn now, and
made a
still
force
on the
drain.
same board state. Yeah, I'm sure he made that force drain. That's how Expand the Empire got pitched, but see if Jonathan's got some new options with this bigger hand to come after Luke, or maybe he'll establish his own
surprising I haven't
battleground in
seen any
space. Yeah, I
space
wonder if he's
cards.
having trouble finding the systems, or what's going on here.
He's activating his force. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's only getting like 10 a turn, it looks like, from here. For the dark side player. So, like, he definitely needs to get some more force out if he has it.
Well, as we were saying, we know he's got systems.
Yeah.
Just a question of putting them out.
There it is.
There it is. That's what he used his pull on, the Naboo system.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's 10.
Who's casting right now? You've got Jan Westergaard and Jerry Queso Sauce Hine.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Game 6 of Worlds. These two players both 4-1.
Trying to keep winning those games so they can hit that magical 6-2 record where you're guaranteed at least a shot to play into the finals.
Yeah, we have 2 undefeated players who are playing against each other right now in Matt Wadden and Hayes Hunter. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Chibatron.
Chibatron. Ain't nothing wrong with Chibatron. So back to the game, we've got Naboo system has come down, which he pulled with Lot Dodd this turn, and he has deployed Emperor's Shuttle with Emperor aboard and Grand Moff Tarkin as a pilot to add a Battle Destiny as well, and yeah, that's Onyx 2 there, I believe. Right? Or is it Onyx 1?
I think that's Onyx 2. Or is it
No, it's
Colonel
Onyx
Jendon
1.
and
It's a
Onyx
full
1?
slip, but the title's too long to be Onyx 2. It's
Colonel
Colonel
Jendon
Jendon and Onyx 1, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's a pretty solid ship. I think he's like deploy 4, power
He can go
5.
as a react.
Deploys as a
SC with
react,
the other.
downloads the guns for Bear and Fell.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can also upload a TIE Defender as well, so we can pull Onyx
I
2.
think that's the Merrick Steel that uploads this.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is Merrick Steel. My mistake.
He adds a Destiny when he's with Onyx 2.
He
the
does
Onyx
do
1.
that.
Yes.
And of course, he's already adding a Destiny, Grand Moff Tarkin being with a leader, Emperor Palpatine.
CJ? What are you saying, Jeremy?
He's saying Colonel Jendon, CJ.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I think I know why Jeremy is saying that that's a great card.
Yeah, that is, of course, Jeremy's design. And so the Colonel Jendon only pulls the gun when he's deployed, so Jonathan has passed his opportunity to put out those SFS cannons. But you want to save those for Baron Fell anyways.
Luke just drained at the battle planes for 3. I saw a lot Dodd get lost. I didn't see what the other 2 cards were.
Not that those guns are going to do anything against Tantive
Tantive.
4 anyways.
It's the only thing that I know he has for space in his hand is the Tantive.
Yeah, we did see him pull the Tantive with
Fly
Casual earlier on in the game.
Fly casual.
Cellucci just pays to drain and draw some cards. It's been 2 turns in a row he's done that.
I mean, if he doesn't have the space stuff to contest that this turn,
Yeah.
then he's not being molested on the ground, and the drains are in his favor. And both people are paying for him, so. I mean, I guess Darkseid could pay 3 for a drain of 1 at the Senate if they wanted to.
Simple Tricks is in play.
Is it? Okay. Then yeah, you can't even do that.
Alright, so Jonathan is pondering his lot Dodd pull for the turn.
That was a pretty quick one.
Yeah, he seemed to like that one, whatever it was. We'll see if we can't see what it is when he
I mean,
picks
he's
his
got a
hand
pretty
up.
small hand
He
already.
put it in the back of his
so-
hand there.
He's got a pretty small hand already, so I don't think there was too many options.
The last
Yeah,
card in his hand, it's
It's the character Guri.
was it Guri? I thought it was the one right behind Guri, I
Okay.
think.
Maybe
Maybe the
it's that
Stinger. I think it was the
Stinger.
Stinger. It was one of those 2 pieces, I think. I think he had one and pulled the other half of it. I'm not certain which one it was, but that's what it looked like.
I'm guessing that's probably the virtual stinger. Maybe not, though.
I think Senate. How much did you pay for it? That will tell us. I mean, virtual Stinger Guri deploys -3 on
Okay, he paid that.
non-virtual. She deploys for free aboard.
Okay, I didn't check and see. I didn't watch, but the virtual stinger is the one that lets you draw cards.
Yeah, virtual Stinger does not have a built-in pilot, so you can squadron assignments with it, but he doesn't run squadron assignments.
Yeah.
And that does, it lets you draw a card from your reserve deck every turn unless Chewie or Leia is on table, in
And
which
it's from
case you
Force.
draw it from Force Pile. Whereas the non-virtual Stinger has a permanent pilot of ability 2, but Guri deploys free aboard to suspend this pilot,
Yeah.
and then she adds a Destiny.
Okay.
So I think we're looking at the non-virtual Stinger here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jedi Joe confirms non-virtual.
Thanks, Jeremy.
So, Jonathan, as the cards lie, is currently drawing 3 Battle Destinies at the Naboo system and limiting Steven to 1. That doesn't sound very fair, Jerry.
No, yeah, that Guri game text is so strong with the limiting, basically like a built-in Imperial Justice, but only for them. Masterful move combo. Pull that Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. Yeah, he already burned his Gick in that battle with Maul and Luke and Chewie.
Right.
Phantom Menace is obviously really good here, though, if he's got a Darth Maul, because now he's got that defense bonus and full immunity against Luke.
Yep.
And also, since they're fighting on Naboo, Darth Maul is going to be power +3, given the text on the Naboo system, +1 for each starship you control it with.
Yeah, he no escaped the Gick.
Oh, did he no escape the Gick? I
game.
missed that. Good,
Yeah.
good call. Good catch, Jedi Jer. See what you you're adding a lot of value to this this
Yeah,
broadcast
I
here,
think I
buddy.
pointed that out when it first happened. It was a while ago.
Oh, well, obviously I'm just ignoring you.
See, I think he's going to be getting 4 Battle Destinies at that Naboo system because Tarkin, the Emperor Shuttle, and Guri.
Oh right, I forgot the Emperor shuttle adds with the
Yeah.
Emperor on board there. So yeah, my mistake.
I think John Michael led me in the right direction on that.
Yep. I forgot all about that text. Man, that Emperor shuttle is so good. Just immune to attrition, extra destinies all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like that. Just that 3-card combo of shuttle, Emperor, Tarkin for 7 force. It's just
Thank you, Jeremy.
such a fortress.
Yeah, I mean, that system is pretty. That's a hard nut to crack with
Yeah.
a throne room space package. And so, which one of the centers is the one that adds to your direct damage at Naboo?
That's Baskol.
Baskol. So
Who's not down yet.
maybe Jonathan will try to get Baskol.
And
out to
Baskol
get-
also doesn't have an ambition agenda.
Okay. So he's not always used.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's definitely less valuable, not having an ambition agenda. So Jonathan didn't have the resources or the desire to attack the site this turn. I'm not sure which it was. But Luke's just chilling there for another turn at least. And Steven's kind of sizing up that system like he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I wonder what he has.
He's
besides
counting
the
some
Tanzan.
cards.
Oh, here we go. Something's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to do something. But without like a leadership
There's
or
a
justice
Solo.
or something, though, it seems like an exercise in futility.
Solo Ray.
So that little combo adds a destiny, right?
Yep. He has
Oh,
Profundity
he's got a
in
Profundity in hand. Okay, that's a good
And
start for
Tanzan.
coming after the system, but who's going to fly it, Jedi Jer? You?
I mean, he could put a capital ship and then slurp up all the pilots or something. But
That doesn't feel
Seemed
very good either.
counterintuitive.
Like I said, you got to do something about those absurd number of destinies he's drawing before you even think about attacking it, because otherwise you're just
like you said, a leadership or a
yeah,
evac
you're just
control is
throwing your
necessary.
characters into the lost pile otherwise.
He's got a big old hand of Star Wars cards. Just drawing. Just putting out Ray and Solo and drawing.
just not a lot of locations to fight over.
Prove it, Jeremy. Prove it. Alright, so now we'll see Jonathan do a force strain in space. And I mean that site is a lot harder to contest than it was last turn. Even
I
with
think
the
Maul
Phantom
is
Menace.
still pretty
Maul's
good
still
there,
good.
especially if he got that Gick in his hand again with the
I'm
no
pretty
escape.
sure he has the other I Have You now also.
Yeah, that seems fine because Maul's going to be immune to attrition.
17 or 18 cards in hand. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. Is that for Cellucci?
Yeah, I expect so. I don't think Jonathan has that many cards in his hand. So there's spend 3 on a drain of 2. He peels Luke and the Council Chamber Puller, and there's the Darth
There's the
Maul.
Maul. Darth Maul. Cellucci really
I thought
making sure-
Cellucci was going to spend the 7 for him.
He was counting how many he had left after paying for Maul, I think.
I'm sure we'll see the Phantom Menace coming down here. Yep,
There it
there it
is.
is. So yeah, I mean that's 7 power, 3 swings, 3 destiny with the I Have You
Two
now.
swings.
2 yeah, sorry, I misspoke.
Jedi's
there.
concentration,
Oh,
so
nice.
no swings.
Yeah, no swings at all.
Is there a sense maybe for that? We'll see. So, I mean, Lightside's going to outpower him.
Oh, no, I Have You now either.
Oh, really?
Or is that a different destiny? Or
Yeah.
something else?
That's a Sonic Bombardment.
Yeah, that was a Battle Destiny.
Yeah, I thought he had the I Have You now. Maybe it was in his force pile when he was looking with lot
Yeah,
dog.
it could be. Yeah, man, that Jedi's concentration was huge right there.
That was big.
And so Darth Maul's got 11 power, plus the 3 from the system is 14.
Gick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's
All
got
it's
a
gonna do is get rid of Rey or Solo. Like it's not gonna do anything else because of the Jedi's concentration. Canceling the swings.
yeah. I mean, at least he's not adding the Destiny now. So for next turn, if he's got another Maul,
He does have a
which
nice 7 he can
he
track
probably
now.
does.
The Phantom Menace is back in the
Yeah.
use pile.
Silver lining. But again, there's just not a lot of options available to either player as far as ways to increase their damage.
Yeah. Because I mean that system's
so-
pretty much on lockdown. At
Yeah,
sight.
they're just kind of smashing into each
Cellucci's
other
only
at the
gonna-
two locations they have in
Cellucci's
play.
probably only going to increase his strength at the battle planes during his turn, which he's about to take. And so it's
But that's committing more cards to the table without increasing your damage potential.
true.
Like, I feel like eventually Jonathan's going to have a second system out.
Yeah, that'll be key if
And
Frodo has another
possibly
system.
be in position to win a drain race.
Then that would open him up to seeing if the Profundity makes an appearance. Or
Yeah.
Chances.
There is always that option.
Gonna play an Accelerate.
He's losing that to the drain.
Oh, okay.
Those were the 3 cards he appealed to Steven's Force Drain of 3.
Puts Lando down.
Oh man, that guy's such a scoundrel.
He is.
Screaming.
Who is Kim? She's a
She's
player who
pretty
used
much
to play
just
a
the
long time ago.
awesomest. That's
And
what
she
she
helps
is.
us run
Yeah,
tournaments.
she
and stuff. She's the one who came up with Matt Sokol's World Championship winning deck in the year 2000. I believe she has a license plate on her car that says MMW.
HYL. Kim's really cool. She comes out and just helps us out. She runs the tournaments.
Mainly East Coast events. I don't think I've seen
Just
her travel.
comes and yells at a room full of nerds for the weekend till her voice is lost.
Yeah, she's great. Thanks for all the volunteers who are here helping
Yeah.
us out. Yeah, Nick, old school. Back in the day.
Yeah, she's a great TD. We love having her around.
Shut up, Scott.
Scott with his one joke.
Are you eating a Lunchables over there? All right. So we got the Lando deployed, and then
And paid for in the maintenance upkeep phase,
now
or
it's,
end of turn as it's
switching
sometimes
for his-
known.
Switching his force pile with lot
Yep,
dodge. Is that what's
so
going on
I
here?
think we got Jonathan doing his lot dodge search.
Okay.
I wonder if he runs this. He has to run a second system, right? I mean, I don't know if he actually wants to play it and go to it because that opens him up to the profundity, but I feel like he's
Yeah.
probably got a Kashyyyk in there somewhere, right?
I would guess. Since we haven't seen any other locations from him.
But yeah, this game is getting a little drain racy. We'll see if Jonathan keeps. Oh, he's got another Maul in hand. Okay, he's throwing him down. And the Phantom Menace. There we go
Search
again.
that back.
But I mean, he had to Gick last time though, and Cellucci's got significantly more power there this time, having added the Lando Scoundrel, who's about to retrieve the Ray.
Yeah.
Oh no, Coward will stop that, I guess. So no retrieval for Lando. But still, it's 2 more power and still that extra destiny. He does get to swing his lightsaber this time though, which will make a very
Hit-
big difference,
hit Luke.
especially when you hit Luke like that.
And then he'll probably hit Lando. Maul's hit. Is he gonna get sorry about the mist or something? Nope. Okay. So swing at
I mean, he
Solo.
does have Solo available to play an interrupt from Lost Pile if he had
True.
sorry about the mess or something. Maybe that's what he's doing right now.
Or Jedi Levitation? Nope.
I mean, he's going through his lost pile, so I mean, according to the letter of the rules, he is kind of obligated to play an interrupt now. Yeah, that sucks. He burned his solo pull on something crappy. So he initiated the solo pull, looking through his lost pile.
Hoping
He
for, like,
gained
sorry about that,
information,
Max.
so he can't really
Yeah.
go back. So now he has to choose an interrupt play, and there just weren't a lot of good legal options to play, and so he burns an escape pod.
So there was a handshake. Did he just concede?
I think perhaps he did. I mean, the game's obviously over. I think.
'Cause he didn't have a gick, and so you pop out there. And
Yeah,
just make
Frodo conceded. Yeah, that was a bad battle. He was just taking way too much damage, and those destinies that Steven drew.
So Cellucci is now 5-1.
Yep.
That's a pretty good record going into the last round. He's just got to win. If he splits his games, he should have a chance at least to punch a ticket, whether it be just qualifying or having
Yeah.
to play in.
He's obviously in a great spot,
So
being
those of you who are fans of Steven Cellucci, he's doing quite well at 5-1, and Jonathan Murray at 4-2 still has every chance in the world to get there as well. So Frodo concedes that one. We're gonna check out and see how much time we have left, and get you your next game as soon as possible.
all right.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for listening.
See you soon.